So today I'm going to talk about the prevalence of medical student mistreatment by sex, race, ethnicity, and sexual orientation. A little bit of background: mistreatment includes abusive behaviors such as discrimination, assault, verbal abuse, and sexual harassment. Mistreatment has been associated with a number of negative outcomes that include burnout, depression, alcohol abuse, increased cynicism, and medical school attrition. So it's a fairly serious behavior in terms of its consequences. Our research question was whether the prevalence of mistreatment and discrimination reported by medical students differs across sex, race, ethnicity, and sexual orientation. We performed a retrospective cohort study of medical student responses to the 2016 and 2017 AAMC graduation questionnaire, which is a questionnaire that is sent out to all students graduating from allopathic medical schools in the United States. The GQ asked students about whether they have experienced any of several types of mistreatment and discrimination. These include behaviors such as having been publicly humiliated, having been threatened with physical assault, having been subjected to sexist remarks or racist remarks, or other discriminatory behaviors. So for all of these questions, students are given response choices of never, once, occasionally, and frequently. For our study, we simplified responses to yes or no. So students who reported that they had never been subjected to any of the types of mistreatment that the GQ asked about were put in the no bucket. Students who reported once, occasionally, or frequently to any type of mistreatment were put in the yes bucket. We then used Pearson chi-squared to compare the prevalence of self-reported medical student mistreatment by sex, race, ethnicity, and sexual orientation. Our sample included 27,504 students, which is 72.1% of all students who graduated from US allopathic medical schools in 2016 and 2017. Our sample is 51.5% male, 60.1% white, 20.5% Asian, 8.8% underrepresented minority, which is a group that includes students identifying as Black, Hispanic, or Native American or Pacific Islander, 8.6% multiracial, and 2% of students whose race or ethnicity is either other or unknown. These students are not included in our analyses by race and ethnicity, but were included in our other analyses. Finally, 93.7% of our students said they were heterosexual, and the vast majority of students reported that their age was between 24 and 32. For all the results I'm going to share with you, we found them to be significant at the level of p less than 0.001. I'm going to start with prevalence of mistreatment by sex. So 25.2% of male students said that they had experienced some type of mistreatment, as compared to 40.9% of female students who reported that they had experienced some type of mistreatment. 9.4% of male students said that they had experienced discrimination based on gender. In comparison, 28.2% of female students said the same. Moving on to race and ethnicity, 24% of white students reported mistreatment of any type. This is as compared to 31.9% of Asian students, 38% of underrepresented minority students, and 32.9% of multiracial students. 3.8% of white students reported that they had experienced discrimination based on race or ethnicity, as compared to 15.7% of Asian students, 23.3% of underrepresented minority students, and 11.8% of multiracial students. In terms of sexual orientation, 23.6% of heterosexual students and 43.5% of lesbian, gay, and bisexual students reported some type of mistreatment. Only 1% of heterosexual students said they had experienced discrimination based on sexual orientation, as compared to 23.1% of lesbian, gay, and bisexual students. In conclusion, female, underrepresented minority, Asian, multiracial, and lesbian, gay, and bisexual students seem to bear a disproportionate burden of the mistreatment reported in medical schools. And addressing the disparate mistreatment reported by these groups is an important step to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion in medical education. These are my references. Thank you so much for listening to my talk.